Hello everybody. Hello my evil minions. Evil Murloc here, back again with another monster cards drawing video. My previous card drawing video was a little bit corrupted, but hopefully it should be fine this time. I actually drew 2 cards, but I lost the footage for the drawing of the second card, so here's some images of how I sketched it out and the final result. I'm editing it in post right now on the screen. And anyway, let's get to drawing a new card. We'll do a basic card. Interesting. A small human, no skill, fire element, special means. Can be a lot of things. From a gameplay perspective, special is neutral against all other memes except for defense when it is attacking. I mean, yeah. We beat defense every time. So that's the thing we should be thinking about, maybe a little bit like we're anti-defensive. Let's get to sketching. It's a human. What element was it again? A fire element. Any small, a small little guy. Of course, fire doesn't necessarily mean fire. It's all a bit abstract. Fire can be passionate. Or angry. Destructive. Perhaps a mad scientist who was injured in an accident. But still works. Despite the best. Maybe a little student guy would be a better fit. Yes, I think this is a good direction. So let's get to drawing. Yeah. Maybe... Right, this time I will actually draw on the second layer, just so I can have some special effects on the first one. And I will try mixing in the coloring with the line art. Which will save me one layer, which I would be then able to use for the special effects. Let's even big glasses, like this. And a nice star-shaped eyes of wonder. I'm never sure about the legs. Should they just be stick figures, or stick legs, or should they have width to them? It's a bit hard to guess which would look better. Now some hair. Almost alright, but I think I will move this arm actually in front of the shirt. Like this. Yeah, looking alright. Maybe I'll add a pen holder. Or a pocket, or whatever this is. Yeah. Now we'll add some color. Let's make the hair a little bit lighter, redder as well, to fit more with the fire theme. Yeah, that's good. These stray pixels are going to be causing a few problems, but it's fine. Okay. Then we'll add skin color. Split to yellow. Although really, it would be stylized. I don't think that's necessary. Whoops. Of course the coat will be white. Maybe it could have a little bit of a greyish tint to it. Of course the bottom part has to have a shade. And boots. Let's try reusing the hair color. Yeah, that looks alright. Reusing colors always puts less strain on the eyes, I think, so it's always good to do. It makes the piece more coherent. Now we're going to have to put in a background. Let's put him in a laboratory setting. Let me erase this sketch now. Thank God for Control Z. Nice. So we would probably like a relatively dark background so the character can pop. But we also want the place to look clean as a laboratory, which means a little bit sterilized. Which usually means white, which usually means bright. Yeah, I'm just noticing that I'm gonna have to color in the glasses and the mouth now that the background is gone. And I'll put some yellow, perhaps in the pupils. How would red look? Maybe green. The green doesn't dress nicely. We can think about it, right? Let's color in the buttons a little bit. Those can just be black or dark, like this. Nice. Let's head back to the background. All right. What would he be fascinated by? Perhaps he sees some invention, some little drone. Flying overhead. Yeah, just little scout drone. Which they make here. Perhaps I should be using a smaller brush size for this. I guess that looks fine. Then not to fill the pupil in, or the eyeball. Is pure white alright? Better than red, better than blue. We could do a dark grayish. Yes, I think sort of slightly grayish white is fine. And a little bit of a darker nipple to the body. And then we can add a little bit of light for the propellers. Yes. Okay, we probably want the inside here to be darker than the background, honestly. And now we have to add some background details. I think I would like a table right here. But here we can use contextualization. We will make the table big to show that this guy is really small, because he is small. Yes, we are actually looking a little bit at the underside of the table. To show it, I will make it darker here. The perspective is a bit wonky. I have to make it smaller, shorter. And then we add legs. Yes, and let's make it a little bit not parallel, like this. Actually, the second leg determines where the bottom of the table should be. So I'll just continue this on the other side. Like this. Oh. Nice, now I just even out the table on the top side. Excellent, and I will add some details. Obviously consists of beakers, tubes, and other instruments, like these things which make fire. Ooh, that doesn't exactly look that great. It's too big, not textured enough. It can be left up to interpretation, of course. It doesn't really matter that much, it's just a fun detail. But we can add a few wisps of fire to make it obvious what it is. Continuing, we can actually add something getting cooked on top of the flame. Like this. And of course something has to be holding it up here. Like this. Just to make sure it looks like it's behind the table's edge. So the illusion, like this. Now we're going to fill the beakers with some liquids. That shouldn't be difficult. I'll just mix colors in with white, so it looks like it's behind glass. Excellent. And we'll add a few lighter parts for bubbles. Nice. Maybe there are too many actually, don't overdo it, otherwise it looks weird. Kinda want a nice balance. I think this should do the trick, if you want top like this. And same thing for the purple liquid. Maybe we'll actually make them a little bit reddish. Like foam on the top. Oh yeah, actually I don't want to portray foam, I actually want to go even lighter inside of these foam bubbles. Hopefully this looks good. Nice. Now this is basically the basic sketch. What we want to do now is add shadows, of course. Not to be anything too hard. I'm just extending the floor a little bit first. Oop. The fill tool actually ignores the edge of the canvas, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, because it's not behind him, like this. Nice. Yeah. Now we go to layer 2 and we add a few darker shades to add shadow to our characters. We want the light to be coming from this side, so I'll add shading to this color, probably to the clothes like this. And maybe the arm like this. Although these are always hard to do. I mean, it's never really super clear where actually putting the shadows, but I think to sort of this way. Yeah, and to sell the 3Dness again, if we want to put a little bit more shadow on this underside, where the cloth overlaps. And then where the belt overlaps the cloth as well. Yeah, looking good. We do something similar for hair. Since the light is coming from this direction. Okay, one nice thing about mixing line art and color art, the line art layer and the color layer, is that you can draw the highlights over the hair to make it more, I don't know, highlighty, I guess. I don't think I want to go completely into the valley here. Yeah, now darker tones. I'll actually go a little bit into purple and resaturate it. Ooh, not sure I'm a fan of that. No, it doesn't look good. That looks weird. That looks weird. Maybe it's purple. Yeah, I think this color looks alright, but the shape is a bit weird. So definitely behind this head. And you don't want to overdo the shapes because it becomes too chaotic. Yeah, this looks alright this way. And we do the same with his face, of course. Oh, and since he wears glasses, we should add actually the glass part here, actually. And we want glass here. No, it'll just be connected through his nose part. I'll extend this part up a little bit. Yeah. I'll clean up the ear glasses part a little bit. Like this. It's a bit too thick, I think. Nice. Perhaps the ear should be outside the shadow actually. Or maybe not. Maybe not, yeah. You want to add a little bit of shading to the nose to suggest that it exists. And then you want to add a little bit of bright spot to the edge. And to the cheek. Yeah. Now, for the special layer, I will add a little bit of tint to the glasses. Show that they are made out of glass. Not sure how good this will look. Perhaps I should lower the opacity a little bit. Yeah, this does not look like the worst thing. Now I'll just add the shading to the table, the background. First we can add shadows to the floor. These can be relatively simple, just simple blobs, honestly. Don't need to overthink this that much. Same thing for under the table. I think I could go for a little bit dark tone actually. Again, helps with the contrast. Then you want to add a little bit of effects to the legs. We do this by darkening the sides which do not face the light. This. Let me change the colors a little bit. The under part should be the darkest. Then the side facing the light should be the brightest. Which is this part, including the back part right here. Yes. Yes. And then I will add this round to here. Now you can see all the shapes, all the sides, which way they are facing depending on the color. Oh, and just so it doesn't look that flat, we can actually add a little bit of an overhang using this color. Oh, then we would have to add it here as well. Oops. Yeah, I think this looks alright. Good, good, good. Now what is left is the robot. Since it's metal, we'll just add a pretty white highlight to this side. Maybe white actually. Yeah, and then shadow for the opposing side. This one is perhaps too dark. Too bright. Yeah, I think it's alright. Nice, and our card is done. Oh! But I want to add a few extra effects actually on my effect layer, that's why I left it open. So what I like to do is maybe I can add highlights to the eyes. So I'm just gonna try that. No, maybe a smaller brush would look better. Just to make sure this is working out the way I want. I think maybe we should put it actually on the other side, like this. Let me try something else. Maybe I'll try yellow to highlight it. It doesn't exactly look bad, but I do realize I've used too thick of a brush on the eyeballs actually, so I'm just going to erase it tactfully. Like this. Fill it in with white. And now I will use a thinner brush, maybe thickness 3, to draw in the eyes. Like this. You can move bigger. And you can have more detail this way. I mean, these things are the pupils, so you don't want to be putting stuff inside of them. Let me do the front eye first. You want the edges to taper so you get a star shape. Excellent, excellent. And now, you just put it in the card sector color. Green, and I think I actually like the combination between green and yellow. Blue. Maybe something like this would not be bad. Now we can add the white highlights, if it would work. I mean, if it would look any good. No, this does not look that way, this does not look great. Neither does this. Let me try a few other things. Ooh, eye details are always very hard to do. Yeah, actually, I think I want them both to be green, but then use the yellow as highlight. I think that looked good. Nice. Now that we have the extra layer, we can add a few more details. I'm just gonna experiment a few things. This is not doing anything. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of effects I would like to add, but I know this background needs a little bit of a texture. So let's slightly reddish blobs. No, that does not look great. Well. Just a few things to make it look, not make it look so uniform. Well, it's not really doing much, but that's fine. Ah, there's an idea. The flame, we could try adding a little bit of diffused blue light around it, because it is giving off light. Maybe like a sphere around it. Well, we don't want... Ooh, we actually want it to be on the background layer. Because we want it to be behind the drone and the guy. So having a special layer for effects is not actually helpful for us in this scenario. It doesn't look good either. Yeah, I guess we don't actually need any special effects. I would say it's almost done, but I just noticed we should add a little of shading to the hand and to the nose, just to be in line with everything. I think it works. Oh, one thing we could do is add highlights to the bottom part of the body where the contrast is actually not that great. Something like this, so we can actually better see the boot, better see the everything. Kind of just like an outline. Maybe I'm thinking maybe I just replace the white line art with the white color. But if I just do it for the whole body, that does not look good. But if I would split it off here perhaps, at these points, and then fill it in, I see there's a little black here. I mean, it makes it clearer. I'm not sure if it makes it actually better. It's a bit weird when it makes the bottom part of the body look like it's glowing. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe I will just color in the stick legs like this. Is this any good? Nah, not really. I'll leave it as it is then. It is, and it looks alright. Yeah. Well, that is him. Our little skillless enthusiastic student. Henry, the enthusiastic student. Excellent. Now we can write a little figure text. Excellent. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos, and see you later.